Today we go straight into the western world of the somewhat less than reputable American Wild West. A somewhat less than reputable history of the American Wild West. And we're going to go in there and have a look around. We're going in a moment, and there's tarot there. Yes, I run a server. Didn't you know that? I run a server. It's called Roleplay. Now, let me see if I can... There it is. There it is. All right. So, what we do is we let it load up here for a second. And we go like this. All right, anytime now. Come on. Sometimes getting it. You got to get it going for a minute. Yeah, I'm going to do Ransom Bash, Mr. Bash. All right, come on. Very slow startup today. Nope, don't want him. It's slow because of all the streaming, I guess, all the stuff going on. All right. Now, in the city of Saint Denis, I have a little spiritual shop set up. What I did is, let me get my junk going here. What I was doing in the last few days is programming a thing. So what I did was I set up I'm making a law record so deputies and stuff can use this. They can have records and say, William Bond. They can search by last name. Like you can say, let's search for Wheeler. And then you can pull up all the Wheeler records or whatever. So Jordan Wheeler is suspected of robbery. He's going to have a 200-minute penalty in Cisco or jail or whatever. $20 bounty, wanted, linked to case ID 44, because this is a bounty record. They're also case records. And then you can put notes and you can write a bunch of junk in here, blah, 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 blah. And you can save your record or you can delete it. It asks you, blah, 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 blah. So anyway, you got a record for a person there. And then you also have cases where you can say, the diamond heist case. So people's records can be linked to the cases, all that kind of stuff. Robbery of Bobby Cartwell. So this is case 44. And if I go to records, I can see that Wheeler is linked to case 44. So anyway, that's what I was doing the last weekend, was making this thing for law to use their junk here and everything, whatever. And what was it I wanted to say? Those records match up. So if you're law, you get access to that. But regular people can come over to the boards anywhere in any town, and they can hit this thing and they can bring up a real live bounty board that shows the bounties. So if I look around here, there's Jordan Wheeler. And where's the thing? It just shows him, it shows you what his, the bounty that he's wanted. And so what this means is if he's wanted, then law goes after him. But if they should be posted as status open bounty, then anyone can go after him and bring him in. But he has, that's why I say here, when you start up the bounty board, it says one law available for bounty turn in. There has to be law available for you if you want to bring a open bounty, go capture them. You can't capture an open bounty unless there's law somewhere, because you have to take them straight to law. Otherwise, it's kidnapping. And then there's a list of crimes, so people can check the law board and see, oh yeah, if I go and commit mayhem and destruction, then I get 120 minutes in the prison. If I do a murder, then I get 480 minutes per victim. Blah, 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 blah. Moonshine, all that nonsense, whatever. So there you go. That's how that is. And, of course, magically, what would the Wild West be without tarot? And every time you use the deck, you get a different reading. And so here, 3 of Cups. Let's do it. Let's read it. Let's get into that. Let me just check something. Yeah, Matt cough. I know. Well, see, I just looked. I had to get out of the prison. Well, okay. So the scripts they're all custom, So what happens with me is I'll go and there are like open communities on Discord where you go and you relate to other developers and stuff that do this, and so they have scripts, and you can, when you are first learning, you can get a whole bunch of starter scripts, and you can, you have like a foundation to start a server with, and you get those scripts, and then you start. You learn from that, and then you start customizing those, and then you build your own scripts. So you evolve like on top of whatever foundation you start with. It's really fun, and so you build things more and more complex, using the database and everything. And so you build things like you could build law records. I also build like notebooks and storage crates and all kinds of things that help people with role play. But it's the same thing as the 5M. It's Red M, 5M. They're run by the same people. And they were bought by Rockstar. So Rockstar now owns, or contracts at least, with the people called CFX that do Red M and 5M. Who knows where that's going to go? I am a dev, yeah. I've been software developer for a long, long time. And but anyway, so basically what I did is I wrote a little tarot app that does 10-card Celtic Cross spreads, but then I wrote another little one that does 3-card spreads, and I adapted that code to bring into the Roleplay server right here. So that's how I can pop in here and do a reading. So here we are, standing in the middle of Valentine, doing a tarot reading that basically is saying, let's see, what do we have? 3 of Cups. The Empress is showing up. And a reversed Knight of Coins. So what is that? Let me get my head into it now and see what are we talking? Things are moving there's something I'm feeling. There's like a new feeling. I guess I'm feeling like maybe I'm getting sort of cheerful about something, and this 3 of Cups is here. There's a new feeling going on that's kind of enjoyable, okay? And I feel like it kind of, I guess I would have to call it enthusiasm, this 3 of Cups. So here I end up in the town of Valentine, walking around, thinking about my job as law, as sheriff, and I'm kind of feeling good about it, but I kind of want to experience more. I want to start. Maybe I can meet people and have a little fun and talk to them. Friendship. The Three of Cups, friendship, kind of gets you going in that direction. A little bit extroverted, right? You wear your feelings out on your sleeve and kind of follow them. And the Empress is there because that's like the big signifier of. It fills a person up. These feeling good about yourself, feeling good about other people. You go out there, you want to like talk and mingle and stuff, and it gives you a feeling of growth and like you feel rich and the Empress is all about I always think about little grass shoots coming up and bushes like growing and blooming. Trees blossoming and all that stuff, grapevines with the fruit all ripening and all that. That's how you start to feel when you start following your heart. You feel that. So this is good. This Empress is like all this kind of growth and like percolating energy. And if you feel like making everybody around you feel good when you have that. So here I am in my little town playing the sheriff. That's kind of an unusual feeling for a sheriff to have, right? But, I mean, look around this place, how great it is being in here. It's so great. How could you feel otherwise? And then over here on the right, sort of something to look out for, is the Knight of Coins, the kind of practical thing. And practicality has been turned upside down here. So what we've got is this kind of sense of we're kind of having a good time, getting kind of cheerful, feeling all full of ourselves and wanting to kind of like burst at the seams with all that we can be and enjoying everything. And you know what? We're going to not let the practical things that we're supposed to be doing necessarily interfere today. That's what that upside down night is. It's just saying kind of like cool it. Relax, enjoy the moment, enjoy the feeling that you're having, and don't need to go bounding. Like earlier this evening, I was working on a big problem, code related, big problem. I've been trying to figure it out for days, get it slowly getting there. And I was just like, you know what? It's 6:30 p.m. I'm going to just drop it and just totally feel a whole different thing with this tarot nonsense that I like to do. And I just said, that's it. Put the other thing aside and boom, here we are doing it. And that's kind of exactly what this reading is saying to do. Turn the night upside down. Don't do that practical crap for a while and just enjoy the feeling of the Empress, how rich she makes everybody feel, right? We can all be her. What kind of problem, you ask? Well, I do things for a very, 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 very large entity. And there is a logic problem I'm dealing with, which involves tracking what someone did before in an array of things, where they did it, what they did exactly, and then allowing that array of things to be completely changed with different components added in, but still remember what that person did with that one thing that could now be in a totally different position. To put it in a nutshell, that's what I've been figuring out. And so almost there in every circumstance but one. And so that last one is the hard one. So there you go. But this happens a lot with software. And it's fun. But at the end of a day, you've been slamming your brain and you realize at some point, well, what I did today is I was like, oh, I think I know what to do. And then I was like, no, you know what? I think I do know what to do, and I'm going to do it in the morning. because what happens is I can often throughout my history, I have been unable to fully figure something out. And then I will stop and I'll go off and I'll do other things for a few hours or have coffee or just go to sleep for the night, wake up in the morning, have a cup of coffee, and within 10 minutes, boom, I've got it. It's really weird, but that is the way the brain works sometimes. Tarot can address that very well, I suspect. Hi, One Step. How you doing? Thank you, One Step. I'm glad I saw you because I've been bouncing around in the little Western world I've got going here. And I can actually do readings in this world. So you know what? I'm actually going to open a queue. We're going to have a little fun here. I'm going to open a queue. And here, let me get my, let me call my horse. My horse named Jax. And I always do one thing before I brush and feed the horse. My horse feels a little skittish. Weird. He feels a little, he's jumping around in a weird way. Feed him some hay. Okay, that's good. Now, I don't know what's going on with the brush. There we go. He was doing something weird that was interfering with everything. So sometimes, you know, it's nice to go here. Let me get off the horse. Actually, I'm going to leave the horse. And we're going to go to Saint Denis because there is a little tarot shop here. And I always forget where I put it. It doesn't have it doesn't have a little blip thing here. It's over. Is it over here? I think it's here. And because I am admin, I can just teleport there. I can fly around if I want. And shoot. Where did I put the shop? Hold on. I don't remember. I got to get to it. This happens to me every time. Oh, God dang it. Hold on. Let's get there. And don't worry, we're going to a place where I can do good tarot readings. If I can figure out which end is up. Oh, here it is. Here's my little shop. There we are. Now I'm going to do my little thing here. And there we go. You see? There's even tarot cards on the desk. Now, yeah, see, one step. I see what you're saying. I'm gonna open the queue right now. The queue's here. We go. Now the queue is open. Yeah. See, the setting is very conducive, I think, to tarot. But I have a few cool little interiors hidden around the world. I did the inside of the church in one place, and there's a little office in one building. You can go, like a lawyer's office, you can go into. Ripwater County is the name of my county, like my server. So every server runs with, they tend to name the game world their own names. They come up with all whatever. And so mine is, yes. So if I go, I also made a newspaper, because you can be a journalist and you can publish newspapers that people can buy. But I'm not a journalist, so I can't. Well, I can assign myself here. Let me make myself a journalist real quick. I keep forgetting. Player list. That's me. And then I'm gonna give myself a job and say I am journalist 1. Okay, I'm now a journalist, which means that I can go into the newspaper see, now I have all these drafts. So the newspaper is kind of like this, the Ripwater Gazette. The Ripwater is the name of the world, which some people call them their state, other people call them a county, some people call them district. And so if you're a journalist in this game, you can write all of this. You can type in here and format the text and stuff, and then you can save a draft, or you can publish the paper, and every player in the game can buy the paper when it's published for $2. And then they'll see the paper and they can read the news anytime they want. So that's basically that. But the nice thing is you can do tarot. And so here, I'll do tarot. Tarot cards. It's always an actual 3-card random draw, and it does reversal. So upside down moon. Let's do a quick general here. Quick general. Upside down moon. So accessing the unconscious, accessing that hard to perceive, the hidden, the mysterious parts of us where a lot of creativity comes from. We can sort of be stuck in a more rational level for a while. And that's what this card is reversed for. Having to use our rational mind to earn our living. Like today, I'm coding, and I'm using my rational mind so much that it starts to hurt. And that's what this reversed moon is saying. It's like it's hard to hear those more interesting little subtle voices at times, right? But that's something we need to sort of not worry about. It's on the left side, okay? So we're trying to move away from that and let circumstances change themselves. The next thing we deal with is a much more present factor, the part that the reading wants us to focus on now, and that's the Queen of Swords. Again, the mind. So the reading is basically saying, hey, listen, even though you're skilled, even though you've got like a sharp mind, even though you enjoy using it the way the Queen does, and she uses it very skillfully, and she can think her way out of almost any, difficulty, anything. And she does it calmly and easily, but at times she doesn't want to do that. She needs to settle down and relax, put her feet up, basically. and do something else, read a book, So it's time, perhaps, maybe the suggestion here is try to get into something a little different. The mind, it's tired, let it rest. And then the next thing to sort of edge toward, to kind of follow, is this 6 number, again, swords, the mind. So we've got a lot of rational ideas coming up. And the suggestion with the moon reversed is, okay, so we're having trouble perceiving the more mysterious, intuitive ideas. And now that we're talking about kind of spending a lot of energy on, focusing on the mind, the rational aspects of life. And the 6 is about discussion, talk, sharing, communication. And so, we need rest, but coming up for us, the cards are suggesting open out and share your ideas. You have an abundance of ideas. Share them. Share your intellect. Talk. Negotiate, converse, enjoy that process. That's what 6s are all about. There's sort of the enjoyment of engagement with others. And it makes everything better, basically, when you share your ideas and are openly communicating with people. So the tendency here in the cards is really it kind of wants us to get out of being in our head, in our own sort of little world. It wants us to kind of relax, stop fantasizing so much, don't let our sort of imagination run away with us. Take it easy with the hard mental work and get out and communicate and share. That's what the general line here seems to be. Did I not open the queue? I seem to be all sort of confused about... Here we go. Oh, Sarum. I see you there now, finally. I've finally gotten my wits together. Hi, Sarum. I was like, I've been looking at the little tarot shop here in my world, and it's now time. General reading. Okay. We're going to do it in our virtual world. Get ready. General reading. Here you go. Oh, look what we get. Okay, so we're back on the left side here with intuition. The High Priestess, La Papesse. Okay. So, and now this reading is for you. This is no longer my own general reading for the Western world here. This is for you. So the High Priestess, she is, she gets into the mystery. She goes into the subconscious and she comes back out again with information. She brings things up from underneath where they can be understood more. She brings them to light. She interprets them. She sort of makes words flow from her intuitive imagination, her subconscious. It's dream talk, kind of starts making sense to her. Okay, she's in touch with things. So it's like, it's when you get that card, it's kind of saying, those parts of you that people feel like is sometimes kind of weirdly, mysteriously creative, and they don't know where the hell it comes from. That part, that's what she's touching, and it's hitting that really strong aspect of you. Okay, and it's on the left side. It means kind of like we don't have to worry about it. We're moving forward from that, but it's there and it's a big factor in influence. Now, in the middle present moment to be aware of, you've got a 9 of coins, very practical material world. Nothing abstract there. It's all about solid, what you can hold, whatever you can gain for yourself, or for others also, whatever you can actually build and manipulate. And a 9 is you're just about finished, you're getting through, you've accomplished an enormous amount, and you want to finish the very last bit. The 9 reversed means no, there are stoppages. There's issues with finishing and kind of ongoing tough grind to, we can't stop. We can't rest yet. That's all that's saying. We can't rest yet. We cannot decide that we're done yet. We're not there. And we got to keep pushing. Okay. And it's hard and it feels like we're not going to be able to. Okay. So it could create some nervousness about being able to actually finish. Lots of people can't quite finish things. You start a drawing, you put it aside, you never finish it. That upside down 9, that's kind of where that is. Worrying about finishing something, maybe at work. Okay, I certainly am. But that we all understand that feeling. Now, on the right, something to watch out for, something that's sort of coming that we're going to need to encounter and need to process and deal with. The Emperor, another major card. This is a minor card sandwiched by 2 major cards, okay? And the Emperor, he couldn't be more opposite than the High Priestess. He's very much about practical power. The power to accomplish and do things in the real world. He doesn't really give too much concern to his dreaming moments and his flights of fancy. He considers them somewhat suspect and they're distractions, and he is very practical. He's very much material world. He's solid achievement. You win by smashing through the wall, or you win by building a tower or a gigantic castle or something, right? Now, that kind of achievement and confidence in doing it is weak at the moment. And it has to do also with this reversed 9 of coins. They're attached. They influence each other. A problem with finalizing and completing and feeling a sense of deep accomplishment in practical material things, whatever that may be at work. But the message of this reading underlying everything is that we have this almost mystic power to pay attention to our own intuitive ideas, and it may be that we need to continue to fall back on that in order to understand what's going on in our practical difficulties. These putting the rational mind and practical matters into a sort of a resting state so that we can get a little bit more in touch with things that are not ever perceived as useful. They are more about growth internally. That's what the High Priestess under this reading is saying. In the left side, when she's in the left card, it means she's subtly influencing under the surface. And so the suggestion here is to gently engage with your intuitive, creative powers and get more in touch with them, and let those messages come out more into your awareness. enjoy that process more. It could be important for a while. General reading special. The $9.99 general reading special. Any general reading goes down better with 40 candles behind you. Look at that. I like to have a little coffee, even though at the end of the day, a lot of people don't drink coffee at the end of the day, but I like it. For some reason, it never makes me stay awake, which is probably bad because you're supposed to be able to drink coffee and go, whoa, Yeah. I like running a little server like this because I really don't care very much. I just do it because it's fun. And I'm telling you, running around in this thing, no matter what you're doing, it's just kind of relaxing in this crazy world. You can ask a yes or no question. The tarot really doesn't give definite answers to specific things. Let's see. You can try. Let's see what let's see what it does. Let's see what comes out. Might as well. Oh, I can smoke a cigar, I think. Hold on. Where's my shoot. Chair, table, drinking. There, I can drink. Let's see. I want to do smoking. Harmonica. Let's do this one. There you go. All right. Is it a good idea to go to Hot Alien Summer Camp this weekend? Hot Alien Hot Alien Summer Camp. That actually sounds kind of cool. I don't know what Hot Alien Summer Camp even would be. Let's look at what some cards say about Hot Alien Summer Camp. Contacting ET and go UFO. Let's see. Wow. All right. La Force, strength card. We have strength card, we have a middle court card, and we have on the right another major card. It's there's a lot going on here. Okay, so some trepidation, a little weak feeling, a little sort of nervousness maybe going on. Like maybe a little confidence booster might be needed is what's going on here on the left. Something's been a little, maybe just kind of causing a little, like, a little doubt. Sometimes we doubt ourselves, right? We're not able to control everything all the time, and we get a little sort of, raggedy. And that's kind of what that is on the left. Just a little doubtful feeling, feeling a little on the weak side lately. And then in the middle, there's like this confident king, very practical, very realistic sort of view. So the middle card, it's saying, let's look at things realistically. Like what are the practical positives here? And negatives. Let's weigh the options. The king doesn't just do anything impulsively, right? So the king is saying, look, feel a little weak, you're feeling a little out of sorts maybe, like you can't necessarily make the decisions you want to make. Certain things have gotten out of your control. Certain things are just sort of running along on autopilot, and life seems sometimes to go on without us holding the reins. Okay, so that happens. And the king is there to say, look, don't worry. Use what you know how to do. Be your practical self. Focus on the things that you can actually do. Things that are actually right there within your grasp. Focus on them. And then on the right where the king is looking, right where he's saying, okay, over here now, coming up here, you know what? Just kind of let your guard down. Just kind of relax with yourself, okay? Enjoy yourself and take time for yourself. Take time for yourself. So I think that this is actually a positive answer. This would say to me that, okay, I've been feeling a little off. If I look at the practical, take care of practical details and make sure I'm not doing something utterly unaffordable or something I can't really do, I don't have the time for, and I make a responsible decision as far as practical matters go. And yes, over here on the right, yes, I can kind of literally hang out for a while and enjoy just being me and see things from a whole new angle. It may open up a whole new vista for me if I just give it that time. I mean, it's kind of Hangman kind of does suggest going into the woods or going somewhere and just kind of hanging and enjoying just yourself and all the new sort of things that come into your awareness. So it seems to me to be a positive suggestion here. Of course, I have no idea what alien camp is, but the tarot cards do seem to be rather like, hey, there's time for personal growth here. I love the Hangman. As I've been doing the stream, the Hanged Man card has grown on me. A lot. Just that idea of the Hanged Man kind of just taking time. Not really trying to be any one particular thing. You know what I mean? The Hanged Man, you can never accuse the Hanged Man of being too ambitious. Because, look, anyone that has time to do what the Hanged Man is doing visually, they're just not pile drivers of ambition trying to do the rat race, right? And that's what the Hanged Man's about. The Hangman is anti-rat race. Like, get yourself off the elevator trying to go to the CEO's floor every day and just go to the park and enjoy it and just hang out, read a good book and see what kind of happens to you. That's what the Hangman's about, taking the development time, like the cocoon turning in to the cliche butterfly. Right? Look at this tarot reader smoking a cigarette right in front of his client. Look at that. Ridiculous. How irresponsible. Yeah, the Hangman is like the energetic equivalent of your grandpa smoking. That's yes. Yes. Yeah, so what is it that the grandpa knows, that the young people don't get yet about life, right? Serenity. Let me get the cue thing. Okay, here we go. I always forget how to say it. It's like yaff or something, right? Is that how you say it? Jacoto. Jaff. That's right. You are up, and our maniacal smoking tarot reader is at your disposal. And what kind of a tarot reader has a rifle strapped to his shoulder? I gotta get here. I shouldn't have that. That's so stupid. Hold on. Here, let me there. Got rid of it. No reason to have a rifle sticking up off my back when I'm reading tarot, for God's sake. It's completely unacceptable, and it won't be tolerated. Okay, so this one is a bit different. I've been having a lot of deja vu. Ooh, interesting. Well beyond anything I've had before, sometimes 2 to 3 times a day. So I asked a friend who's been in astrology for 14 years, and they said that I was reliving a period of time in my life. My question follows: what is the purpose of repeating this period of life? What door does this open? I like that. Let's do our random. Where did I put my tarot? Here we are. Wow. What message? Why relive something? Why think about what deja vu episodes are trying to tell us? We get a lot of heart. We get a very practical sort of sliver in this sandwich of the heart. Nothing is reversed. We've got a very straight up reading here. The cups, feeling, following what we know of as love, following the heart. And the 7 is a very, very significant number because the 7 is always associated with very high spiritual effort and achievement, attempting to get our perceptions, in this case, our perception of our feelings, our love, our understanding of love, and elevate it, and we become more aware of feelings, and we become more able to sort of put them to use properly in the world. So it's a combination of putting things out into use and affecting other people, combined with our own elevated awareness and increased understanding, pointing toward a more spiritual quality. Okay, so the 7 is moving us out of purely rational, practical thinking into a more open-ended. You always sort of, with the 7, feel like you're getting a little more philosophical, mystical sort of sensation. And so if you're getting deja vu messages and reliving a time in your life, the 7 indicates getting a higher perspective, maybe with time and remove, on this period of life, a higher perspective on how it made you feel and how it's affected your emotional life. The 7 is always very heightened awareness and increased understanding. And you want to affect the world and your own person positively with the 7 number. And it's very much focused on emotional life here. So whatever this deja vu and the past messages about a period in life, understanding your feelings from that time and how those feelings have affected you in the present time, the 7 is the perfect number for that. So the 7 very much would never turn away from deja vu. The 7 would plunge into deja vu and enjoy it for everything that it had to offer. And so it basically is a big green light saying, yes, whatever it is that this reliving or this re-experiencing or messaging from a period in your life in the past is well worth it, because it is part of this effort to get to higher ground and get a better perspective on the emotions that it brings up. Okay, now in the present moment, where we're more conscious and sort of focused, there's this page of coins who is enthusiastic and learning, but is always making mistakes and can't ever figure out really quite what to do. He has not reached perfection, but he's enthusiastic. He doesn't care. He wants to study what it is that will give him practical achievement. And so he does it, but he doesn't know which way to turn with it yet. He just doesn't have the experience yet. And so these deja vus and the feelings and the exploration of the feelings and how the emotions have evolved through your life, they are sort of balanced by a kind of you may wonder what you're supposed to do on a daily basis. Life is sometimes a little confusing and hard, and we all have things we have to learn. We could be young, we could be inexperienced, and that's kind of a factor at the moment, is what this card is saying. But then it swings over to the right with the 9 of Cups. So you go from the 7 to the 9, and it says basically now these deja vu things, which the practical learner in the middle may not understand, rationally, maybe trying to make sense of and can't. But over here on the right, you have a very, very, very full heart. You have enormous emotional development happening. In fact, it's so big that it leads to a form of conclusion where you actually get somewhere. You achieve something personally. There's like a significant growth that happens. That's what nines are. They are, but that doesn't mean you're there yet. The 9 always means there's work to do, but it's dawning upon you. It's the moment has arrived, and you can continue to put the effort in. In other words, the effort of engaging with feelings that the deja vu and the memories that it brings up, and engaging with that part of your life in order to develop and grow from it. And so the 9 is about, you take that 7 on the left and its elevation and its effort to gain a higher understanding of how you felt. Well, that leads, in spite of the confusion of the page in the practical world, and in spite of the rational confusion going on, or the maybe the lack of resources, or maybe the page says, I don't have time for this deja vu stuff, that kind of, I don't know. He just doesn't know how to manage necessarily his life yet. But that's okay, because these deja vu messages lead to enormous growth and significant personal development and awareness of emotional factors that perhaps the page of coins has been too focused on his practical day-to-day confusion to be aware of, or to give enough time to. That's essentially, it's a very, very big emotional development reading. And those cards, when they surround that inexperienced person trying to figure out their confusion about the practical world, it's a very significant factor. It means that the big thing going on here is emotional development. Elegant. It's a good word. Serenity. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you very much. You're welcome. Serenity, the smoking tarot cowboy, is ready to speak. And I have my own tarot cards right here. So you pick the topic, Serenity, and we will insist that our cowboy respond. Yeah, I mean, or your question, or however you want to consider it. Ah, the sound of shuffling cards. Serenity. Conversation with a friend 1 hour ago. What do you think about it? Well, let's see what tarot suggests about what thoughts arise after a conversation. All reversals. 10 of Cups, 2 of Coins, wow, and 9 of Cups. Hang on, I'm going to run and go get a drink. Hang on 1 second. I'm going to leave the cards on screen. I'll be right there. Sorry, I had to get a yogurt, a peach Greek yogurt, and my drink. Okay. All right. So, Serenity, what your friend thinks about the conversation. So, okay, look. 10 of Cups. Okay, you have a conversation with someone, their reaction, their understanding of what you were saying is important to you, right? So you want to know how it affects somebody. This is a very, very understandable human desire. The 10 reversed, it's like, okay, it's kind of like things are in the air. How you're feeling about what this is. It's like you want some kind of understanding. You want to feel like you can get a grip on what the feeling here is in yourself or between two people. And you just can't quite make a decision about it. You can't define it yet. It's still kind of up and down, it's up in the air, basically. And that's why the 10 is reversed, because you can't get a map on it yet and feel like you've done it. You've gotten there and you're ready for the next thing. You're sort of hanging back and you don't quite know how to define anything. The 2 is very physical. The two of coins is a very physical card, very practical. It's hard for two people to come together sometimes physically. And it's not just, it doesn't just mean a physical relationship. It means practical issues stand in the way. Jobs, distance, all kinds of practical money, whether or not you can, or the car's broken or something. It's hard for this couple of things to get closer. Somehow there's something that's not quite syncing them. And so that's being pointed out here. So you want to understand what the feelings are, but you can't quite get there yet. You want to be closer physically, but you can't quite figure out how that works, how those puzzle pieces come together yet. And then on the right, it's basically saying, okay, look, kind of what's coming up, where this is going for a while is going to be, the 9 is all very full. Look, you've got the 10 and then you've got the 9. So that you can't get to the 10, right? You can't get the definitive sort of finish and get ready for the next step. So that throws you back on the 9 is what's happening here, where you need to keep pushing and putting effort into building the conversation between people, to build the relationship somehow. That's hard though, because it's tiring. And I think what this card is saying is it's not going to be easy to figure out these feelings. And so I think that perhaps if we're talking about what may have been understood as the result of a conversation, there is definitely here the suggestion that there's still emotional confusion. There's emotional confusion surrounding a key practical matter that for some reason can't yet be overcome. So the effort to understand the feelings is going to continue. There's no resolution to that yet. It does look to me like, these cards always suggest, even when they're reversed, they suggest their positive aspects as being what you want to achieve, what to try for. So resolving the emotional feelings is the key here. Deciding what the feelings really are is the real heart of the matter. The practical issues are sandwiched in between these things. So it's almost as if the cards are saying once the feelings are resolved, the practical issues will follow. And I believe that must be really what is gained from the conversation. An awareness as a result of a conversation that feelings need to be perhaps better expressed and more fully realized or understood, let's say, before the practical issues of the relationship clear themselves up. So the work of resolving feelings or understanding them is not done yet. They have to be clarified. is what is being suggested here. Ah, yogurt. I don't know why I like yogurt all of a sudden. I just discovered it recently. Yogurt with, the fruit they put in. And it's good because they do these things. It's just the fruit. It's not like any kind of fake anything in here. So, yeah, I mean, look, these things where you talk to people and wonder, the feelings, whether it's friendship or romantic or whatever, they have to be more clearly understood. I mean, sometimes we hide our feelings, The tarot is usually kind of, I think, suggesting exploring feelings and kind of being, able to express them. Generally. So it's very hard to know or talk about what you're welcome. It's hard to talk about what somebody else gets from something. But the cards can sort of say what the general kind of atmosphere is and kind of what is sort of primarily important. Our tarot cowboy will smoke that cigarette until doomsday, if necessary. But the other day I went into the Western world and I was just running around fishing. What I did is I created a fishing thing where I always think fishing is too hard in this thing. Most places I've gone. And so I decided, make the fishing more easy. Nobody really cares about standing there in this Western world and fishing and having it be really difficult. It's a stupid way to, it's not fun. So I just made it really easy. You just have to kind of see where the fish are and just throw your hook with the bait there. And if you just tap your line a little bit, you'll catch something will bite. And then you can get the fish, and of course you can take them to town and sell them, and get fish meat for your inventory. But oddly enough, I find that kind of thing rather calming and meditative. I mean, silly, go into a digital world to meditate in nature. It's like, what? But it is. It does. It actually does work. I guess everybody has different ways of responding to different stimuli. Some people will respond to a digital atmosphere, and others won't. But yeah, talking about the Hanged Man card again, for some reason it's still in my mind. I actually drew a very odd Hanged Man card, which just sort of shows the effects of like where the hangman was. Now, what I hate about finishing yogurt is where to put the empty thing. There. So let's, you know what? I'm going to hop on out of the little tarot place. Look at that great visual, huh? Look at that. Palmistry, see? Look at there. So cool. It's very sort of foggy right now. Where am I? Well, where should we go? What the heck's going on there? Oh. Oh, they're closed. Yeah, the bank's closed. I keep forgetting. What is it I wanted to... Something is in the back of my mind about what to do here. Well, at any rate, what I can do is set a waypoint. And then we can just go. There we are. And we can still do tarot. So as we mosey our way toward the town of Valentine, we end up with a 7 of coins, a 2 of wands, and a reverse 6 of swords. So for our little trip here, basically we're talking about, kind of maybe pondering our money situation, getting a better grip on it, new ideas coming in, feeling, maybe a kind of a new way of spending our money and our time, maybe to help the town out or something like that, something beneficial going on there with the coins card. And then the 2 is like, okay, so maybe like hooking up with someone else to create something. Let's get something going. Maybe rob a bank or something. But anyway, it's some kind of an idea starts to form. So inspiring kind of an exciting idea starts. We start making plans to do something because we're really into the idea of it. And then, of course, that's upside down. So actually, no, it's reverse. So we're talking about some difficulty there, actually. It's, we're just not feeling too inspired, I guess. Kind of want to be on our own a little bit with our own ideas and not worry too much about following our passions at the moment. It's just, not feeling it. And then, we're also keeping keeping info close to the vest. We don't want to run around like engaging too much. We want to keep quiet. So big idea here in this little 3-card reading is, let's think about money. Let's think about doing what we have to do and do it better, and kind of hold off on being, we're not going to be too inspired. We're not going to be too energetic. We're not going to be blabbing our mouths and socializing with a bunch of folk right now. One step. Yeah, it's like riding a horse and doing tarot, man. I'm telling you, man. It's I don't think many other people are using their Roleplay server to do tarot readings. Although I do know one person who streams and does Red M Roleplay and tends to do tarot readings for other characters in RP. But they do them. They don't do them this way. They usually do them like, I think they have a book. I don't think they know a whole lot about tarot, but they have a book, and so they do the readings with a book, just audio, But yeah, man, I can run around this world all day long if I'm allowed to. I will definitely toss a bunch of time into just running around. It's one of the best looking worlds I've ever seen. It's really great. I mean, look at that. Big old storm cloud sort of hovering up there. Here come the deer. It's kind of a long ride to Valentine from the city. And right now, I'm just letting it do its thing. I'm not controlling it. I put it on auto travel, you know? So funny. Wow, we're getting a lot of cup stuff tonight. A lot of cups. Wow, look at that. 4 of cups, a little emotional turmoil about to happen. A little emotional turmoil, a little kind of a, you know, the wands, the passion again. It's like, where is it? Can't quite get a grip on getting our mojo back, get the fire, the creative fire back. Where is it? Not only are we like naive and have a lot to learn, but we're just kind of sluggish and slow about it right now. Okay, so here he is. And then on the eight of coins, that's like, let's start thinking practically again. Let's get down to our craft. Let's work. So when you get emotional turmoil and things start to get a little weird, and you feel a little lethargic creatively and you can't really get your act together, then thinking about practical matters and just sort of, you know, make something with your hands, cook dinner. That could be the ace of the 8 of coins. Cook a nice big dinner and just concentrate on it. There's a factor for the 8. To get your head out of the problems and the emotional and, you know, your doubt about your creative energies, that kind of thing. That's what that reading suggests right off the top of my head. I love the stagecoaches when they go by. They're so cool. Oh, and of course, the horse is now being... The horse was like going off on his own. My character needs to drink something. So let's eat some cheese. And we'll drink some water. We'll drink some water. There, he's in better shape again. Look at that. Nice early morning vista. Yeah, one step. It really is gorgeous. It that's why I keep returning to it, because it's just, I don't know. I just find it relaxing somehow. And then it'll start to rain, you know, and in the winter it snows, and you can control that in this thing. I can get in, I have a script where I can go and say, okay, since it's the winter time, like around Christmas, I can say, okay, look, make it snow often. So it'll randomly pick snow for the weather, and it'll do it much more often than it would like now during the summer. In the summer now, it just rains, really, of course. But you can go up into the mountains right over there, and you can go into the snow. You just ride up into the mountains, and you're in snow. It's great. It's so real. It's crazy. Yeah, I'll show you. Here. I'll go to Mount Hagen Mine. Check this out. Let's go up to Mount Hagen, right here. I'll teleport. Well, you know what? I'll ride. How about that? It's nicer. So I'll set the point here. And then, so you can see on the map what my course will be. So I'll go from the town here, and I'll follow this red line on my horse. And then, watch this. This is really actually a really nice transition into the snow, the high elevation snow. Watch this. He's going to ride all the way up into the mine shaft where you can actually mine. So I have some scripts that I activate, that the mine will activate when I use my pickaxe, and I'll be able to mine for gold and silver, iron, and various things. Diamonds come out sometimes. But this is all good because on Twitch, people love games. And so combining a game with tarot, what could be better? It's in the spirit of Twitch. So see, he's gone up through the pass here to get into snow is starting to appear. There you go. First little dregs of snow. Ooh, a ram just came running down. Now, I could have hunted that ram and taken it back to sell the hide. Here's a little pond up here that's interesting. Another ram over there. Look at that. Wow, there's meese. The meese are out. It's kind of foggy, too. It's nice. Here he goes. He's getting up there. He'll be up at the mine in about 5 minutes, I think. Okay, now's the hard part where he has to cut up through the rocks. Oh God, hope he doesn't fall. Oh, jeez. Be careful, Jax, the horse. Yeah, I better take over for him. Here we are. Here we are at the mine. And so the snow is here. Now, if I come out, if I come into the mine, now all I have to do is use my, I think I have one. Oh yeah, here it is. So use my pickaxe. Hagen Mine now operational. Now, as I move in to the mine, I will encounter mineable rocks. So, I'll begin to mine. I found rocks. Well, that's here's another one. Let's try. Oh, here's some more. Look at this. Let's try some more. Alrighty. What'll we get this time? Maybe some gold? Iron. I mean, how much? Oh, see, I'm already all full up with. Okay, let's drop the rocks. Let's, I gotta drop something. Let's drop salt. Oh, I've got a ton of iron. Okay, so I can open a crate and put the iron in there. This is 21. Let's move it all in. There. Now I have more room and I can store junk. But this is how you mine for materials that you need in the world to make things. Found rocks. Of course, you mostly get rocks when you mine because it wouldn't make sense to always find something valuable. More rocks. It's just what you have to put up with when you're mining. Nitrite. Nitrite's good because you can make dynamite with it. If you get nitrite and sulfur and fibers from like a tree, you can make dynamite. And then you can blow bank vaults open. More rocks. Let's do one more. I just wanted to show the snow, really. More nitrite. That's fine. That's good. So anyway, but you see, look at the view. Look at this. Look at this. I mean, my gosh. Narnia. That's right. That's right. And then, of course, the idea is you spend time mining, you gather a bunch of stuff, You put stuff in your crate, whatever, and you take it back to town, and you can trade it for. You can sell the stuff to the bank to get money, or you can use it. Like if you are a train conductor and you need to drive the train around, you need iron. You also need coal to run the trains. So you get them from the mine, or somebody else goes to mine the stuff, and you purchase the materials from them to run your train. Whatever. It's all these systems play together. But look at that. Look how the fog starts and gets thicker. Just like it would, in a snowy mountain area. All right, so let's ride back to town. Although this time we'll go visit Strawberry. We'll take a different route. Yeah. Let's go this way. Go. Ex-Grinchy, yeah. This is my roleplay server, and I was using it to do tarot readings for the stream a little bit ago, and now I just went up to the mine up in the mountains to see the snow, and now we're headed back down into the town of Strawberry. But yeah, you can do tarot in here, so it all works. It's a good excuse to go into a game world and do tarot. So, but the tarot is real. I mean, it pulls the cards for real. It doesn't. I mean, I know because I wrote the code, so it does that. It does the job. This is the best game, really, to do nothing in. To just be. Like the Hanged Man card. Yeah, I mean, here, I'll show you real quick. So if I go into my satchel, I have tarot cards. I click the tarot cards right here. And bingo, I get a 3-card reading. All reversals. Let me try and do one that's not reversals just because it's easier to see. Well, that's got... Here, let me find a more interesting. Yeah, still a lot of reversals. But it's different every time. Another... Yeah. See, I'm not doing a serious reading now. I'm just looking at it visually. God, a ton of reversals going on. Crazy. Well, there you go. There's one reversal, but there's the Ten of Swords, Strength, and a reversed Ace of Cups. But you can also show the cards. If you're doing the reading, you can hit this button, Show Cards to Closest Person, and it'll show the cards just like this to the player that you're doing the reading for. So, tarot and role play. Yeah, it's just an adapted. I did a 3-card script for when I used to do live tarot readings in VR, in a thing called AltSpace VR, and I used to get quite a gathering of people, and they would come into my tarot temple, 3D environment, and we would do readings, and I'd have a 3-card spread show up on a big screen inside this world, and it was pulling from my code that's a 3-card reading, and it's the same code running for this 3-card right here in the game. Well, yeah, I do coding, so yeah, I do. That's what I do, is I code, and it's actually really simple code. Oh, here we are in Strawberry. We've arrived. Look at that. The quaint little town of Strawberry, and there's things here in Strawberry we can do. Like, if we were so inclined, we could go and talk to this official-looking gentleman over here, and we could rent or buy a coach. I think I own some coaches. Yes, I own a coach. Here, fancy medium coach. There's my coach. I'm now driving my coach. See that? Because I own that coach. I bought it. I better park it over here so I don't get in everybody's way. But I can just put the coach away, stop driving, and then I can say store coach. So these guys are very useful here. And then inside this little station, you can do the post office and check your telegrams. I don't have any. So that's no reason to hang around in here. But there's a roleplay server I used to check in on every once in a while, a different one, and there would always be a group of people standing here on this platform, just sort of shooting the shit, just kind of hanging out all day long, just like people would do. And what was really remarkable is I came in one day, and everybody was standing here, like right over, and some people were sitting down on these benches. And everybody was really quiet. And I said, hey, what's going on? And one of the people explained to me that one of the people had died. And I was like, oh, and I thought they were talking about role play. And I was like, oh, which character, who? I was like, who died? Who died? Tell me more about it. What happened? Was it a gunfight? And they went, no. Like, no. One of us passed away, like, in the real world. And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And they were like, yeah. And they were like, at the end of the week, like on Friday evening, there's going to be a funeral, a role play funeral for the actual player who had passed away. And yeah, it was really sad, but they invited me to go to this in the world funeral. And I went. I was like on the dot. It was like 3 days later. So a Friday, or I actually showed up and I went to the little store in World and I bought black clothing for my character. And I went to this funeral and it was, I'll be damned. I mean, it was actually moving because these people weren't kidding. They weren't kidding around. They were sad because a real person had passed away. And I think he was only like in his late 30s. And so his friends that had been playing Roleplay in here for years with this guy, they all had written like little something to like poems and stuff, and they read them. And they told stories, It was that kind of a gathering, and it was actually really moving. And I was just kind of floored that you really can. Because look, when you think about it, you're in a digital world, but there's nothing false about what you're doing. If you're having a funeral or what I guess you would call it a service, you're talking and you're really expressing your real feelings and real memories of your friendship with someone. And it was really actually very profound. I was amazed. And so I stayed for the whole thing. And I didn't know these people, so I said goodbye when it was done and thanked them. They were really sweet to ask me to come in. And then I went off, and did something else, but it was very, very like real, So anyway. Yeah. I was pretty astonished. But because people really, in these roleplay servers, they really develop attachments. It's fascinating. Oh, you do? Sometimes wonder where the online friends you used to have are in real life. Yeah. I mean, that's the one thing about the digital thing is, people are so far away usually, different parts of the world. That's a good thing, but it's also a limitation. People used to meet quite often, and maybe they still do, who played World of Warcraft. It was a big thing back in like the mid-2000s. When you were in high school, you ran into the guys online in a game. Super helpful. Yeah. That happens a lot. You know where that happens? Yeah. In roleplay here, in Red M. In this kind of roleplay, people are almost always super nice and helpful. If you're a newbie, most servers, people will be like very much like get you up to speed on what to do. They'll give you things. Like I had people like say, "Oh, are you new here?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, I just got into town." They'd be like, "Oh, come here, I'll give you a horse." And they give me a horse, or here, I'll give you a rifle so you can go hunting. And oh, come here. And one guy took me into the bank, and he withdrew. He gave me like $100. Said, "Here, get yourself, a little more cash and go just in-game money, So people are very, very nice. Yes. Wow. If they sent you headphones, that's a step beyond even. That's a step beyond. That's really cool. Yeah. Yeah, when you send people hardware to get to get in the game, that's like that's really great. PlayStation 3. Yep, that's kind of a while ago now. Yeah. Yeah, we can't always keep those connections, you know. It's not easy. But yeah, I see there are various streamers on Twitch doing roleplay and stuff, and they tend to have a very familiar, good relationship with the people who watch. Very good. And of course, when you're role playing, it's not as interactive. When you do tarot, you're actually doing, you know, it's for the people who are watching. You're doing the tarot specifically for them. Whereas when you're role playing, they're just sort of watching what the fun you're having role playing. And so anytime they take a little break to talk to chat, it's really nice, you know, if they take that time. Over here in Strawberry, I can go to the clothing store. Oh, there's also a little general store up here. Right up in here. Like I can go here and buy stuff, you know. Like if I need food. Like it's always good to buy water. I'll buy like 3 waters. I'll buy some more cheese wedges. Some corned beef. That's good enough. Oh, yeah. $9.50. There we go. And I'll get some hay from my horse. $5. There we go. Let's go make sure he's fed. Oh, I gotta get up there, don't I? Where's my hay? There it is. There we go. He's feeling better. He feels so good he jumped up on the platform. See that? Used to play Call of Duty, Black Ops with someone, and you would be top 1,000 in the zombies game, many hours together. One day I never saw him get, oh man. Yeah, see, and then you wonder like what happened? Like what happened to this person? Yeah, that would be kind of that'd be kind of sad, actually. You go up here. If you go up to the jails or the law offices, you know, you can get little bounty missions to do. Forget where I put it. See, you can do a local bounty. Those are like little missions where you go to a place that it shows you on the map and you kill bandits. Like if there are 5 bandits, you can kill them all and you get a reward. But if you kill just 4 and then bring the 5th one back and turn him in, you get more reward. And then over here, you can do the real bounty board for real players, where you can see all the live bounties for people, for their crimes. Hey, Ludlum, how you doing? You can join the queue. Don't misunderstand. Just because we're in the Western world, we can do tarot, as I will show you really quickly, just to convince you. We do tarot. Bingo. See that? So if you want a reading, you just join the queue. You just say so, and we'll do it. We call him the Tarot Cowboy. Brittany, I see somebody's joining the queue. Hold on here. Let's see. Oh, Ludlow. Okay. So, Ludlow, you're up. Ludlow, and then Brittany, you're next. So, Ludlow, go ahead and give me your where are the cows? There are there are like bulls and stuff. Something. Jail is not a good setting for tarot. Where the heck? Let me. Strawberry is actually kind of a limited little town. Doesn't really have a nice place for tarot. Oh yeah, it does. I'll go in here. Here, we'll go into the... Here we go. We'll do tarot in here by the fireplace. Yeah, we can just sit down next to this nice lady. And here, I'll go here. And then we'll say... there. All right. So, general reading, current situation. All right, here we go. Let's inquire in our tarot cowboy way what the tarot cards have to say. Now, this is a real tarot card draw. These come up fully random out of a full 78 card deck. And I say that because I wrote the code myself, so I know. And here we go. We're pulling the cards right now for the general. Bingo. All right. So what we get? Wow. We get we get Ace of Cups on the left. That's heart. That's feeling. That's our love energy. Okay. Ace is all about like big potential. We're ready. But here we're kind of hesitating. We're not quite there yet. We're not ready. In other words, we're a little out of touch with our feelings at the moment, or have been. It's on the left side. That means that kind of thing, we're getting out of that. Okay, we're not stuck in that like a quagmire. We've had a little trouble accessing the feelings or figuring them out or something. They're not always clear, and we're just having we're not quite sure how we feel. Okay? And however that applies, it could be romantic, it could be how we feel about our work or ourselves, whatever. We're just not, sometimes, you feel a little remote or detached. That's kind of what that upside down Ace of Cups is. A little detachment. A little distracted and out of touch, okay? However, the cards are saying, hey, looky here, in the present moment, right in front of your face, something you ought to be aware of right now is called the Six of Cups. And what that is opportunity to share and express your feelings. Okay? There's opportunity, and if you're having trouble accessing the feelings, then that middle card is saying, make an effort then to at least openly discuss your feelings with whomever. The idea of the 6 is a community sharing. It's the harmonious interchange or exchange between people, a kind of a community, communal gathering, enjoyment. And it leads to an enhancement of life, further beauty in your life. And so the card's advice for the present time is to think about how to openly engage and discuss in matters of the heart with others. And it has a beneficial effect. Even if you felt out of touch in the past, a little distanced from your own feelings, it may be time to openly communicate about this or about the feelings, the general subject matter. It's worth discussion with someone, apparently. That's what this card is all about. Now, on the right, it's saying, okay, some learning needs to happen. However, be cautious about ingrained sort of old ideas. Be aware that there could be lessons being taught or ideas being thrown around, or perhaps there could be some rather overbearing sort of insistence from someone somewhere on doing things a certain way. And the card is saying, this is not something that will necessarily be helpful. So be on the lookout for it. That idea of being stuck in the mud, old-fashioned, kind of traditional, could be a problem. That the main thing here, in order to reattach to your feelings and gain sort of more better understanding of what you're feeling at the moment about things, is to try and find a way to express, discuss, share openly. That's what that 6 in the middle is about. Yes, this is Red Dead, Brittany. Yes. So, Ludlow, I hope that is of some use. How you apply it, where you find that kind of expression of feelings and engaging with them and engaging and communicating, where you find that it most applies is the key. And Brittany, you are up. Jiwoong, how are you doing? We are doing tarot readings right in here in our little, in our world of the old time. Yeah, sharing those feelings, it's very much in line with, whenever you find somebody to exchange feelings with or discuss them, it tends to sort of start clarifying things. Tarot is very good at making those little hints. Brittany is next in the queue. We're giving Brittany time to make a question or topic for us. Oh, what the future brings. I see, Brittany, you've already said. Okay, let's do Brittany's card draw. And the cards will sort of discuss and hint about the future. Here we go. Okay. Wow. The Seven of Wands on the left is very much about heightened creative energy. A kind of a, if you're, it's desire, it's creative energy, it's drive, it's your instinct to pursue anything that it is you want. That's what wands are all about, fire energy. And that seven is saying, this is where the experience of pursuing that goal is heightened, and you become much more highly aware, and you start to be able to explore your skills and your energy for benefit, to help, to sort of make things better. You start to externalize and put your creative work into the world, essentially, and you start to find a better appreciation for how you create, a better appreciation for everything you do, is what the seven implies. It's a spiritual heightening energy of the seven. And so you are gaining more understanding, a deeper understanding of what it is that you are instinctively drawn to. Okay? And that's something that's happened and is continuing under the surface, and we don't have to worry so much about that because it's on the left side. Now, coming up in the present moment to be aware of is a difficulty with finishing and applying that energy to actually completing something you're after. Okay, it's probably not time yet for that. The cards are suggesting that gaining more understanding of what it is you're trying to accomplish, why, where you're going with it, what is it you really are drawn to? How do you apply all your creative spirit to what it is you love to do? And the card wants you to explore that, okay, and not worry too much about getting some big accomplishment done yet, okay? Now, on the right side, there's a big card saying, okay, look, things are about to get crazy changeable. Stuff is about to start wiggling around and happening. Just get ready. It's big energy. It's big shifts that are unsettling. They really can cause upheaval. So big changes are in store. It could be a whole new kind of a, approach to things. And the cards are very much concerned with creative energy, desire, anything that gets your heart beating faster that you want. The cards are very focused there. And something coming in this area, general subject area, is going to be very, very big change. And it's going to perhaps feel like you're losing something. But of course, the Tower is all about losing and turmoil and upheaval and all of the interesting possibilities that come raining down as a result of that change. These changes are usually necessary ones that the tarot speaks of. So be prepared for that. That's what the card is saying. Be prepared for big changes. Jawoong, your time has arrived. You're welcome, Brittany. So, Jawung, you just ask your question or present your topic, and we will let the tarot cards do the talking. Yes, it's your turn. University. Let's have a look at what tarot says about university, which is always a big point in life, a big, huge, new thing. Okay, let's see. Let's look at tarot right now. Wow. Okay, you know what, Jawung? You could not get 3 better cards for university. Let me tell you why. Okay, you've got 2 major cards sandwiching a minor card here. The major card on the left is the Pope, the High Priest, in other words. That card is all about learning. There is someone wise. There is someone who is very steeped in knowledge and has an understanding of spiritual matters and tradition, okay, who teaches. And the suggestion there is this is going to be a big factor. Pay attention, listen, open yourself to the teachings, engage. That's what this card is about. Engage. There are reliable, solid methods here. There's this teacher here represents wisdom. Wisdom. It's wisdom based in sort of a traditional, general foundation that some people may sometimes view as a little bit on the sort of kind of staid side. This is the sort of, what do you call it? A little conservative, traditional is the word. But it's very important and solid and fundamental, and absorb as much as you can is what this card is saying. That's a primary thing to remember here from the cards. Now, the middle card is talking about how your feelings can be kind of up in the air here. Okay, your feelings about this. And so, of course, look, university, whether or not you're going to get in, and the card comes out with a big pronouncement about pay attention to the wise teacher, it's pretty clear what the cards are saying. Now, the 5 of the cups, that's your feelings and your emotion and your heart. You're all excited. You want to go. You want to get to this place. And it's a little unnerving at this point, at this time, getting in to college and wondering whether or not a university is going to respond or going to let you in, or if they let you in, how hard is it going to be? Oh my gosh, what's it going to be like there? All these things make your heart flutter, right? They get your feelings jostled. But the 5 is about that kind of new feeling that you've never really had before, but it's an important one that has all this potential for further development and growth. It's important that you understand it. That's what that 5 is there. So your feelings, yes, they can be all over the place, but that's actually, there's nothing wrong with that. It's key to this reading. Now on the right, you have the Great Hermit card. And what the hermit does is says, don't bother me. I need time to ponder. I need to be alone, essentially to pursue illumination, to pursue the truth. It's concentrated work. It requires solitude. It requires not running around here and there and being distracted. It requires effort. And that's what the hermit does. So you've got two images of slightly different forms of wisdom. You've got the traditional sort of wisdom that is formally teaching, which is a very good image for university, actually, on the left. It's a religious image, but it's also wise teaching image that fits in very well with any kind of a university or school setting, that card. And then on the right, you've got the solitude of the pursuit of truth and knowledge, which represents the serious effort at studying that one has to do when in university. And so following that key suggestion to listen, absorb the teachings of the teacher, and use the pursuit and solitude and careful concentration on the right of the hermit. And those two things will completely solve the issue of your feelings being kind of, up in the air and sort of nervous about all this in the middle. I think that's a very, very direct reading, fully supporting the entire university effort, frankly. I think I don't think you could get a better 3-card draw talking about getting into a university. I don't think the tarot can possibly give you a better one than that. So remember that. Remember that when you're in school. You know, that hermit card is actually very important. That's the time you give your brain undisturbed to learn. Which can be more difficult than one thinks in university. Because you get into university and, of course, what happens? Socializing, which is also important. Don't get me wrong. These are all developmental factors for every person. But they can have times where they get a little out of whack, you know? And so remembering that hermit as being the reminder that I have to be able to shut out distraction and focus and be with myself, be with the books, be with whatever it is I need in order to really, really get at the heart of the truth of what I'm learning here. It works in conjunction with the card on the left, which is the teaching. So I hope that's, meaningful. I'm down to my last 6 peanuts. And that's dinner. This scene in the in-world here is really nice with the little fireplace. Very nice. And look at this dude standing up here. What the hell is he doing? Let's go up there and see. Who is this guy? Oh, that's right. You can play blackjack here. I forgot. I put a blackjack table here. Yeah. You can actually gamble. But I'm not going to mix gambling with tarot. Sorry. No, I'm not going to do that. Just simply not appropriate. What? Oh, okay. So I think I'll probably wind the stream up. Let me. I'm going to go and search for somebody to pester or raid. I'm going to send you guys to someone. Let's see who we can get. Who is doing tarot that we can go. Okay, we've got wow. So there just aren't too many people doing tarot right now. I think I'm one of the few. Wow. Okay, so we'll send you. Didn't I send you off? I sent Treasure X Trove. There's Bill. Let me see. Bill Farms. Well, his thing's not loading for some reason. Let me. There's Treasure. She's working.
I also want you to know.
Hers is running. Okay, I'm going to send you guys to Treasure X Trove. This is a good destination for tarot, so I think you'll enjoy that.
Speak up for yourself out of the clear blue. That's giving you the strength to go forth and do it.
Here we go, okay? I'm going to wrap it up, and I'll see you again. Yeah, I think so, because I'm going to wrap it up, and I just didn't want to leave you without any tarot. So I'll send you off to Treasure X Trove. You'll be in good hands. And then I'll come back and do some more. What's tomorrow? Thursday? I may do a Friday. I'm not sure yet. I'm not certain. But have an excellent night, everyone. Thanks. A really great time tonight in our Western Tarot mode. All right. See you later.
No, not at all. I love how my defense